The meaning of life has gone away. You can see an amazing band at a concert. It just doesn't mean what it used to mean. We can't attach that feeling of meaning almost at all. There's something about the phone that has rewired our brain. We go back and forth between a screen and a person, a screen and a person. It rewires our minds.
Consumerism creates a competition in society for prestige, okay? To see who can post the nicest social media pictures. See the world only through the lens of capital.
$9 million car collection.
Today, this is how the world works. The answer is yes, okay? Are you like this? Yes, you are like this, okay? You've been brainwashed into thinking that this is the only way to behave and to think. So the consumerism is the perfection of slavery.
Since we have those goddamn phones, we've struggled to find our own identities and meaning in life. And because we don't want to answer that question, just the default answer has become get rich online, get time, location, and financial freedom. And then everything will be sorted. And what I think we're struggling to see is that having that as your answer is the problem. Creating the cycle of consumerism that leads to more meaninglessness, more consumerism, more meaninglessness. This incredible status game that we are all motivating each other to play. And so, as someone who has been in that same chase for 5 years, it took me 3 years to get to a point where I was financially independent, and then 2 more years to reach the point where I can say I am rich. And when I say rich, by the way, you're not going to find Lambos on my timeline. I mean this.
How rich are you? How rich am I? I think rich is relative, right? I think there might be many rich people in here this evening. And here's how I define rich. If having more money wouldn't change what you do, then you're rich.
And right there is something very interesting. If you listen carefully, if money is no longer a motivator to change what you are doing, now that's scary. All of us, we're chasing this financial freedom. When we get it, we must change our complete identity. So it doesn't matter which category you are in, whether you are still in that chase, then your purpose is consumerism. It is to be financially free, and that's getting you out of bed every day. But what if you get it? What if you do get it? You'll wake up no longer being motivated by your financial limitations and getting to that higher place. And this is what a Dutch professor calls the kiss of death. Getting what you've always wanted means that the whole identity you built, that allowed you to go through this period, in my case it was many years, getting out of bed, doing the work, making sacrifices, all based on the value that financial freedom was the thing that's going to save you. And once you get it, you realize that that's still not it. And so it's called the kiss of death, because your old identity has to die. And this is the moment where you're gonna have to figure out why the hell you're here. Plan A didn't work. Just get rich, that'll keep me busy. Now you still have to answer the question that we're trying to avoid in the beginning, that we were trying to avoid with consumerism and getting rich and all this stuff. So this means that it doesn't matter which bucket you are in, whether you're still in that chase, or whether you already had your kiss of death, or whether you're currently in it. But this is the most important thing in this digital world that we're living in, where AI is going to only make it more important for you to create your own meaning. And so when we think about meaning or purpose, I always think about David Data, The Way of the Superior Man. He talks about purpose not being a single thing. It's not a statement that you write down. It's like, oh yeah, that's my purpose, and that's going to motivate you for the rest of your life. It's rather an onion that has layers, right? So in the beginning for me, I was coaching men for $20 an hour. I told everyone, I told myself, this is my purpose, that this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. Until at some point, that feeling went away and I had to reinvent myself again and went further into business. And that happens countless times. It's like a snake shedding its own skin, right? A process where you are building for a while, make massive strides, and then the feeling goes away. You feel empty and you're lost in the forest. And you have to wait again and receive your next path. And then you'll think again, this is my purpose, and you realize later that it wasn't. And this is how you get closer to your true self. It's a spiritual process. But the kiss of death, it's different than the other times before, because this time, money, which has been subconsciously influencing you to feel purpose and at all, right? It can genuinely feel like purpose, that you need to get rid of these financial limitations that are very real in life, right? Not being able to buy things you need, take care of your girlfriend. These things are super real, so you feel that that's purpose. So it becomes very easy to create purpose for yourself. But then you hit the point where money is no longer a thing. And it is no longer able to influence what you think purpose is and what you think is meaningful. And then you are really lost in the forest. And it's of course best to face it now and to base your life on it now. I want to provide to you an answer, at least from my perspective. And this answer is for the kind of people that don't want to vilify money, that still like what money can do and that still want to earn their freedom number, right, every month, but that absolutely want to do that based on their own meaning and purpose in life. And so that brings me to composer. First of all, we have to deal with a limiting belief that I think we're all facing at the moment, which is this some sort of numb, overwhelmed feeling that nothing really matters. That's because we are fucking consuming so much content every day that your brain can't keep up with it anymore and starts to feel like you're just a leaf blowing in the wind, at the mercy of your algorithms. And I want to tell you that this is a fundamental misunderstanding. The idea that you don't have a lot of impact is a historically profound misunderstanding that we all have. The ripples that you can make in this world right now with the ability to create content and start any kind of business and reach millions of people is incredibly significant. We all really underestimate the impact that we do have. And so you matter. You being here matters a lot. The only thing that can ruin that is you thinking that nothing matters, that you don't have a lot of impact. So getting that out the way, here's why I think in this weird digital world, we should all at least try to become composers. If consumerism is the issue, then we of course need to create. And what is the most close to our heart kind of way that we can create? That you can study, train and experience things in your life and compose that, synthesize that into meaningful value and stories for others. And not just for others, but for your people. To be a composer, I mean, people talk about coaches, consultants, creators, micro education businesses, the info space. All these people are sort of categorizing themselves in a very limited way. I feel all of these people that are creating content and solutions online are composers. And a composer does so based on his authentic human experience. And that is the thing that's gonna keep you, I feel, sane and connected to yourself. Because we're gonna need people to talk about human experience, because that's the only fucking thing that AI is unable to do. And to have a business that grows along with you as you, like that snake shedding its skin, get closer to your true self. So why do I think seeing yourself as a composer is the answer to meaning? Well, because I feel the core issue of consumerism is that we're looking outward. It's that we're looking outward on our own Instagram feeds, seeing, okay, we have to be like this, and you see an Instagram reel or a post, and now I have to do this, and you're constantly influenced from all sides outside of yourself, and that's how we lose ourselves. And being a composer starts with you and what you experience. And there is people like you hungry for someone who is competent at sharing that, turning that into stories, into cinematic masterpieces, into lectures, into whatever you want to do. I believe it's the answer because there is creative expression, there is purpose, because you are doing this for your people. And third, those people have problems that they will pay for you to solve them. So there's creative expression, purpose, and an income in there. When I had this kiss of death experience, suddenly making 20K per month in profit, really just not able to get out of bed because the money thing was solved, and now I was traveling and I felt this emptiness, incredible emptiness. And what got me out of it after months was realizing what got me in it in the first place. To do my job as a composer for people that think like me. And if I can just create some ripples right there, then to me there is so much meaning to life. I hope that helps.